Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A former Seminole back home in Florida, it's Dalvin Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
45.
To throw is Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will score.
there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And that is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, Charlie. 45, Mike, 45. I got you. I got you. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Hey, Steamer. 45 to Mike. Hey, Echo. 45.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Keep playing hard.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Let's get it. Ready. White 25. White 5-4. Tommy. Check 43.
Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready. Blue lady. Bandit. Easy. Hey, let's go.
First carry for Peyton Barber. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score. and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, it's a give to Cook.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. Throwing, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On the ground, it's Cook. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd down, it's Barber. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Three buzz.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! O.J. Howard, 42 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Cousins to throw it. Pass incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Ellington. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they've become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
45, Mike, 40. Hey, Alpha. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 45 for Mike. Check tight. Hey, we're good.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
45.
Here's Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Throwing is Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Running is Barber, and he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Mike 54. Mike 50.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. 25 yards that time.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
The first down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, he hits his target. Left side, Watson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Barber on 1st and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Jameis to throw it. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ben Gideon charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Howard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here comes Barber. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 14 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now here we go.
Now Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Ndamukong Suh picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Through. 45. Hey, check. 45's the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
3rd and long for Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Jameis now on 1st down. Evans has it left side. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Ready?
This is Ellington. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
54's Mike. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Gay's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And it's caught. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
45, 45, 45. Hey, Haywood. I got one.
First down, here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Smooth. Mike, 45. Record. 45's the Mike. 45's the Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins now. Being chased out left. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Bailey's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Let's go. Ready. You ready. Check, Mike. Hey, stop. Let's go. I'm here all day.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
45. Mike, 45.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there.